Welcome viewers to Mirae Asset's Big Leap, another exciting episode. We come from a very interesting town of Cuttack from Odisha. We have the pleasure of hosting today Mr. Arun Kumar Sahoo. He is one of the managing partners of an interesting organization called MintBox Advisory LLP. MintBox was started in 2016 with 4 partners coming together to create this setup. Prior to setting up MintBox, Arun sir has been on the active stockbroking from 1997 and has been in the industry for now almost close to 25 years, I would say. And today, with stockbroking, mutual fund distribution, he's managing investments for almost 400 families. So welcome, Arun sir, to the Big Leap. Thank you for taking out time and joining with us. We would always start with our guests to talk about how did your mutual fund journey start?
Thanks, Mayukh, and your entire team for this nice platform.
Our pleasure.
This platform not only give us opportunity to share our idea and thoughts, also helping us to learn lots from the fellow advisor and distributor. What is their business model, all these things. And through this platform, I'd like to thanks all our clients, whether small or big, for their trust and their confidence on us. Whatever we are for the clients only.
Sure.
And also would like to thanks my entire team. Without their effort and hard work, it is not possible to achieve anything. My journey going through different phases and stages. Like 1995, I completed my post-graduation. MBA from Bhubaneswar. Then I went to Bombay for such job and could able to get a job in a stockbroking firm,
Sure.
leading stockbroking firm, and I worked there for 2 years. After that, working as a employee, that didn't click me. Let's start something of our own. The entrepreneurship comes up. So from 97, the journey started on the business. From 97 to almost 6-7 years, there is saying, Mansa Badsa Karmana. Whatever you are thinking, whatever you are saying, and whatever you are doing, that has to be alignment. If there is no alignment, there is a depletion of energy. Then this thing, along with my investment activity and as a broking activity, this like work for like another 6-7 years. We have constantly categorizing clients on different parameters. In one parameter, we found that is on the basis of performance, some clients are very successful. They are able to earn money. Some clients, they are not able to earn money. They are constantly losing. As long as their pocket permits, they keep on doing that. After that, they say this is not good activity.
Sure.
Then we constantly started advocating, why not participate in composite portfolio, either through passive investment or active investment, like ETF or in the mutual fund schemes. That is the second stages. In that time, some clients have started investment also in ETF as well as in your mutual fund schemes. 2015 beginning, we decided we'll do. When we have decided to start, one thing is very clear in our mind, that is investor first, client first. When investor first, that means whenever any mutual fund transaction takes place, there is some earning also there. What is our value proposition? That has to be very clear. Divided our value proposition into 2 categories. One is macro level value proposition, another one is micro level value proposition. The first value proposition from the beginning, we have decided each of doing the transaction. The record keeping also, wherever you are doing the investment, it is our job to keep the record up to date. Reporting just not like just giving the what is the holding statement, how much in each scheme. Reporting means the smart reporting, where one investor can take a decision. From the beginning itself, we try to give what is his asset allocation, what is his tactical allocation, what is his goal. Each folio has to be tagged with some of the goal.
So my next question would be that because you have seen both sides and seen the transition, this recent debate, which is that investors are looking more towards direct investments into equity, and also rather than looking at only composite products, like you said, mutual funds. You have seen both sides and you have been on the stockbroking for such a long period. What is your view on this?
See, definitely investing in direct equity requires a lots of understanding. Sometimes what's happened when there is a bull phase, because market having different phases. In bull phases, एक कहावत है गधा भी चलता है घोड़ा भी चलता है. All is running, but only in the like whenever there is a recessionary environment or the downside of the market, there is a have to be distinction, more boys and men. So definitely one should participate. There is nothing good or bad. See, we are having three ways to participate in growth asset. For retail investor, I would say the two way. One is direct equity, second one is the mutual funds. First, you have to understand the pros and cons of each path. Or instead of pros and cons, you can say the limitation.
Okay.
What is appropriate, you choose that. If you are able to handle of your own, then you do. Not that like what is herd mentality.
Okay. I was just taking up from your point that you people need to understand what they are buying, as you said, and that's where you come in, where you come with the stockbroking background, you understand mutual fund. But many people who are doing direct equity, and when they look at mutual fund, then their allocation, their maybe it's an unintended consequence of their actions, that it looks not like an asset allocation product, it looks like more a equity driven holding in their statements. How do you then come in to able to guide people that you need to actually come back to your right asset allocation, like as you talked about goals and so on? So how do you steer the people back onto the course which you had set out for them?
The first dimension, the client himself, one dimension.
Yes.
In order to understand the clients, which is in fact is unknown. We
Okay.
don't know how the investor going to react in different market cycle.
Okay.
So we try to understand the clients through different mechanism. We try to figure out what is his risk tolerance. We try to figure out what is his should idle risk required and what is his capacity.
Okay.
This is only possible once I understand his behavior, his biases, how he is preparing for blind spots.
Okay.
That is one aspect. The second dimension, like you mentioned, what is his goal? Why he wanted to do the investment? And what is the period of investment? Like, so I can quote some example also. Some clients, they discuss, I wanted 5 lakhs rupees just after 1 year. Right now I'm having 1 lakh rupees. Because I want to have, my goal is to travel. That is not possible. 1 lakh in the span of 5 lakhs is not possible at the end of 1 year. So you have to rationalize. Because this asset class, any asset class, having some capability to generate the return, as it is volatile and the growth asset, that the valuation play important role. The broad-based valuation. The second aspect, the sizing of the bet.
Okay.
मैं कितना इन्वेस्ट करूं एक स्कीम में,
Right.
कितना इन्वेस्ट करूं इन डायरेक्ट इक्विटी में, that
Sure.
is very critical. And it is not a one time activity, it is a continuous activity.
So how has last year been for you in during COVID times? How has business or clients reacted in this extraordinary times for MintBox?
Yes, last 1 year definitely is very interesting. In fact, initial period I could able to recall during the month of March, April, May, and in fact till June. Me and my partner, in fact my wife Sarika, we used to spend almost 14 to 16 hours in a day, up to 9:30, 10 o'clock, either in Zoom or phone call. See, we try to tell and communicate to the investor. This asset class having this characteristics, that is volatility.
Yeah.
If you go, and in fact, we have written lots of articles also on this. Go back and cross-check also. The very successful investor, sometimes their portfolio also drop down to 40 to 50% also. It is not abnormal.
Hmm.
And this time, can we able to do anything? It is a systematic risk. Any risk which you cannot do, I cannot do, why to break head? We try to communicate this thing. So better, yes. Suppose if you have the cash flow issue, then only you redeem.
Okay.
Otherwise, you just continue. If you are saying if you don't have any other money, not an issue. You just stay invested.
Okay.
Now, like post November, December, the narrative has completely changed. Why not we are invested during that period of time? If you have invested, probably our return would have been something different. The narrative changes. And it is common because we are interacting with the clients in different market cycle, which is quite common. Only thing is during this pain point, we have to handle the clients. That is very critical.
So I would like to introduce Jitendra here. Jitendra is our branch manager, a colleague in Bhubaneswar who manages the MintBox relationship. So Jitendra, why don't you share your experience when you have been interacting with Sir and the rest of the MintBox team?
Let me honest, Arun sir and the entire team is a very good human being. You enter the office, is most professional, very disciplined, and is all the team are a good listener, right? During meeting, first meeting, he said ki, before I am an advisor, I am a first investor, which is completely different to other markets, you know. So many things he's doing uniquely, like during onboarding clients, it is compulsory client profiling, and here onwards the actually the risk managing behavior bias what clients sir said here onwards the entire thing has been understand for an advisor. And he is on a fast day, we have never collected a single physical application, it is completely digital. So what is actually a advisor should do, and we have learned that also. Also on a asset allocation, so he said ki asset allocation we see is always doing a strategic and practical allocation into clients portfolio, that is also very unique. And a stock broking also he always say ki some clients coming first time to the broking, he always said you should buy an ETF, let understand the market. So very unique things from Arun sir has been, we have learned many things. And so thank you so much, sir. Thank you for supporting us. And we wish MintBox should achieve many more goals in a year ahead. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Jitendra.
Nice spot.
So, Arun sir, you always ask our guests that what, as a last question, is that what is the suggestion or advice you would give to fellow distributors who look at the mutual fund distribution as a profession for the future?
This activity, just like it is an enduring game and it's a marathon. Two things is very much required. One thing, stamina and resilience. All my fellow advisor distributor, one thing I'd like to say, keep on adding value. What value you wanted to give? Just keep on adding value and just have some process so that the chances of carried away is less.
Lovely.
Stick to your process.
I agree with you. I think persistence is a virtue which is less given importance in our industry. Sometimes persistence and being there also matters, and sticking to a process. So when you are sticking for the long term, you need to have a process to stick on. Otherwise, the journey could just go haywire. So we wish you and the whole MintBox team the very best for the future. It has been a great association between you and Mirae Asset, and we would look forward to grow that association ahead also. So thank you so much for taking out time and being so generous with your views on the business. And thank you, viewers, for watching Big Leap. We will continue to bring such successful stories again in the future. Till then, thank you and take care.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.